In this video, I survived 100 days of No Man's Sky, and I did it the weirdest way possible, but you'll see how later. But don't worry, there's still lots of space, piracy, and pets to come. So here we go. 100 days of No Man's Sky starts right now. Day 1 through 8. Trust me, it's easier to explain this in bulk. Being in space makes the day-night cycle a little confusing, so trust me, it's easier this way. So this is the tutorial. I wake up confused with who I am. Stranded on a planet. You know, typical normal stuff. So gather ferrite dust. Oh. What? What? Now I am dying because of these mushrooms. So my options are go into the cold or go into the toxic area. Holy crap. The game starts teaching me how to repair my ship, and we take off into the atmosphere. The flight controls are a little wonky, but apparently you can fix this in the settings, but I find out much later. So we jet off to our next tutorial objective, and honestly I have no clue what I'm doing. I can already feel how massive this game is, but the space travel is fun. As we're mining, the robot police started to get angry with us, so I was forced to hide in a hole. Oh boy, why is he following me? What the heck? Okay. Oh boy. Wait, why are there so many of them chasing me right now? Hide underground. Okay, I will do that. Apparently hiding in a hole is the easiest way to escape Prime, because these little robot guys don't like it when you mine near them. Then back to the base! I lay this computer, claim the land, because it's free real estate. So when you start the game, you spawn in a random planet, and my planet wasn't very friendly because there were constant snowstorms like every 5 minutes. So I was forced to keep going down my hidey hole. Also, I have to stay warm, so sometimes I just sit in my plane. I did a lot of this in the beginning. The usual hide in my hole and sit in my ship. So then we constructed a base and a research station. And now we're off to find buried treasure that looks like a Wi-Fi signal. But again, another storm. Yay. And after a bit more of the tutorial, I unlocked the teleportation gate, biofuel reactor, and power lines. Also, while building my first base, the chat named it Space Hairs. Also, if you're enjoying the content, please subscribe. My crazy goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year, and I need your help to do it. And if you want to help name something, then come on by. I'm probably streaming right now. Day 9 through 14. So the computer tells me to go to the space station that's close to my base. The base computer archives have reached their end. It seems that there is nothing more I will learn from them. My predecessor appears to have left their base and headed to the space station. So I head that way and discover this thing. I mean, look how big it is. So apparently every galaxy has one of these that's like a local store, and the chat ended up calling it Walmart. Then we came across this guy selling coordinates. Super sketchy, but I'm into it. But the coordinates cost like $5 million. What? This is when I start to realize that I'm gonna need a lot more money, but you'll find out how we solve that later. Then, life update. Apparently you can customize your character. Oh my gosh. And you know what that means? Shopping spree! And of course, we ended up making Mini Shrek. Well, close, as best I can. There's a lot taller species that fit this better, but short Shrek is cool, so get over it. No longer a robot. Everyone say hello to Shrek. This is our newest... Oh boy, what is happening? Everyone say hello to Shrek. Avert your eyes. I don't know why it's like this. So let me give you some context. During your travels, your character has no idea how to speak the local language, and it's your job to learn all of these languages, because the more languages you know, you can have a better standing with each race in the galaxies. And this can go both ways. You can be in good standing with one race, or you can have them hate you. And I didn't know this because I was talking to another short Trek, and apparently I made him angry, which made my reputation with the Gex fall. Standing with Gek decreased. I am a Gek. At first, I thought it was kind of funny because he was just yelling at me in a different language. But this actually became a big problem down the road, and you'll find out soon. So I explored Walmart a bit more and teleported back to base. Remember that teleporter I made earlier? That's why it's there. Because Walmart wants to keep it easy for you to shop there. It also lets you teleport to other bases that you craft, but we'll get to that later. But here's the weird thing. I guess Uber exists in this game because when I went through the teleporter, my spaceship also arrived there. What the heck? It brought my ship with me. I didn't drive it there. I walked through a teleporter. It's a cool quality of life thing, but it's a little goofy if you think about it. Oh, and also the chat named my backpack Bob. Anyways, my computer told me to go to this beacon, and after a short hike, look at this ship! Whoa. Oh, wow, this looks awesome. I mean, of course we explored it. Look how big it is. It's way bigger than my guy. And chat named it Fart. Nice. Thanks, spinny wheel. But honestly, I think it makes everything funnier. So we learned from the broken down ship that I can install a hyperdrive to explore other galaxies. But in order to craft that, we need to go back to Walmart. I had to buy this expensive part, and I ended up selling my entire inventory to afford it. I also sold some of my buried treasure, you know, the Wi-Fi signals, and I learned later that this was a terrible idea. But good news, it sold for some good cash. So back at home, I needed to find more copper, and while I was mining around, the chat called my multi-tool thing Tommy. So after many days of the tutorial, it's not supposed to take this long, I'm just bad at the game, we were finally able to leave this cold planet. So I followed the story to a nearby planet that turned out to be awesome. I mean, look at how pretty this place is. And the chat named it Planet Heaven. So you're gonna find out that planets can be totally random when you get there. I mean, look at this super cool cave, but not all things are good things. So chat told me that this is considered a paradise planet and that I should make a base of operations here. So I went on a hike to find the perfect spot. I really wanted to have a waterside view, but then boxes. Bum, bum, bum. Scary, right? Whoa! There's square blocks on this planet! So remember, planets are randomly generated, and if I'm wrong, please correct me in the comments, because I think they are. But not all planets generate correctly. For example, these giant boxes don't belong in the game. They're actually glitches, and they will corrupt your game over time. And the chat tried to warn me about this. If you build in it or on it, it can corrupt your save. Oh. But I'm building next to it anyways, because of that waterside view. Also, the chat named my first ship Sir Hendrickson. Welcome back, buddy. And suddenly, the game crashed. Koppel is just, wait, what? The game just crashed. Luckily, we didn't lose our progress, but I blame the cubes. I lost nothing. Woo! Safe! So we decided to leave them alone, because they're alive and they hate us. But the boxes ended up crashing my game a few more times. Oh, I need more oxygen, I guess. How do I... No! Dang it! Okay, but we just saved, okay? The cubes. Let me fix my display. No! No! Dang it! No, the cubes! So the theory is that if we looked at them, the game would crash. And I was forced to stare at the ground to get to my spaceship safely, because apparently eye contact angers them. I really wanted to live on this planet, so I decided to hop on my spaceship and just fly away. But apparently, the entire planet is infected with cubes. So... we left. Looking back, it's actually super funny that we called it Planet Heaven. So we continued the story and arrived at this desert planet that literally lights itself on fire. Yay! Then we gave Sir Hendrickson more fuel, and then off to the next planet. Hopefully this next one will be our new home, because I'm not going back to the snow planet. And while flying in, this planet looked really good. We've got water, it's green, cool plants. It also has very angry storms. So we can't stay here. So now I'm sad, because cubes ruin everything. We had the planet. We had a good planet. It was the planet, but then cubes. Isn't that nice? And then cubes. Dang it, man. So we explored the storm planet and do another part of the story. I discovered this broken down ship that belonged to our long lost friend, Artemis. Holy cow. Look at this. Also, life update, I never really found this guy because I got crazy distracted. It's a big game, you'll see. And while we were leaving the planet, some bro wanted to say hi and moved his Death Star right in front of us. I'm down for that. Whoa! That thing just, what? That thing just arrived. And of course, we had to go check it out. I mean, we had to. Then we said hello to this Oxalotl guy that softly hinted that this is the multiplayer place, which is nice. Then we bought some suit upgrades and explored around a bit more. This place has a ton of nice stuff, and we ended up calling the place Target. Also, this video was edited by... It's very out of tune. And if you liked the video, please be sure to hit that like button, because how else will he know you did a good job? Day 15 through 24. Onwards to find a new home. Following the story, we landed at Acid Planet, obviously not home-worthy, and this other fancy planet, but they didn't make the cut. So we left this whole galaxy because it's cursed with angry cubes. So we got to the new galaxy, and I literally just picked some random planet, and it was pretty nice. Green, lots of plants, but no water. But we found a home! And the chat named the planet Skyrim. It took a smidge, but we made our first base and moved all of our equipment inside, as well as dropped this teleporter. The game was making it very clear that I need to upgrade my mining tool, so I decided it was time for an upgrade. So off to Walmart! I basically sell everything just to get 2 upgrades. So I still needed a bit more money, and for some quick cash, we mined some asteroids in space, but this guy keeps wanting to fight me, so I end up running away. So we finished upgrading our stuff, and off to the next story mission. I got to this tower that can do deep space communication. Wow, this looks cool! But it needed to be repaired first. The problem is I literally just sold everything in my inventory. That could have fixed it. So I gotta go mine again. We suffered through a few storms, but we finally got everything. I meet our forever lost friend and we agreed to help find him. You know, typical story stuff. And then the Cthulhu attack began. There, somebody redeem it, so we can finally stop talking about this stupid squid. Cthulhu! Cthulhu! By the way, I live stream all of these challenges, and this is my punishment. Cthulhu! 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 So to help find my forever lost friend, I need to triangulate where I am in the universe. So I'm off to share my location with a total stranger. And Operation Let's Get Robbed is a go. So I plop down the first beacon here and leave the planet while listening to Cthulhu. Cthulhu! 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 Then we beacon planet 2 and 3. Then we call back our friend and he was like, "Hey, you seem cool. We should meet up. You share your coordinates with me. I'm not going to share mine with you. I'm going to make it really confusing with this piece of paper star chart." And he's doing nothing to make me feel better about any of this. So we were forced to head home and make this translator because, well, it's just a story thing. I feel like I'm still in the tutorial, but who knows? But hey, I've got a deep, dark secret. Come here. Closer. 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 Right here. I have a Discord. Now, is it good? I have no idea. But it's there, and I want you to join the community, and links in the description. Day 25 through 38. I've only touched on this a little bit, but everything in this game costs a lot of money. Remember that $5 million purchase from that sketchy guy? That's one of the cheaper things in this game. So I decided that today was the day to make lots of money in this game. Not just chump change, but real stupid money. So it's time for crime! Apparently the best way to commit top tier crimes is to go to a pirate galaxy. And it's time we become GoodBeard. So we fueled up our ship and added some evil-looking sunglasses to our character, and jumped to a nearby galaxy and saw this large vessel. Also, at this point, the best way to find a pirate galaxy is just to jump around randomly until you find one. I discovered later that there's an actual scanner you can use to find unlawful galaxies, but I'll get to that later. So we did a few galaxy jumps, but we forgot to check into the space stations. Noob mistake. Now we can't teleport back quickly. So we do a bit more jumps and arrive into a middle of a literal space fight. And of course, we're real gamers over here, and we clear out the pirates. Then the freight captain that we just saved invited us aboard and gave us this whole ship. What? Everything costs so much money in this game, and you're just gonna give it to us? So now I'm distracted doing ship stuff. Being a pirate on hold. Chair? Okay, what else would I expect? So we look around a bit, talk to the crew, and craft this room that shows us that we need fuel. And of course, since I don't know what I'm doing, I send one of my ships to do a quest, and I hope they're safe on their journey, because I have no clue what they're doing. Now, I'm sure you figured this out, but this is a big game, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Also, I've given up on pirate galaxies, mainly because I got distracted. Boom! Oh! and mainly because it's hard to find them. So I headed home to upgrade my base, and I buried this storage box under my home because it's massive, and it will stay there forever. So chat told me that there is a scanner I can buy from the Death Star, aka Target. Apparently a conflict scanner tells you that there is a lawless galaxy nearby, and you can just quickly jump to that place instead of, blindly going around like I was. But I can't make it because I have no idea where to find those crafting materials. I could have used Google, but I felt lazy. Again, this is a big game, so we settle for the economy scanner. Hopefully it does the same thing. But it doesn't. It scans, you guessed it, the economy of a galaxy, not the conflict. So instead, we head home and work on the story again. I followed the red marker to a Gek base on my planet, and they demanded that I raise my reputation. Remember that random guy that I frustrated? Well, making him angry lowered my reputation for the entire species. What? Why? Why can't you just tell me? So I gotta go do help quests, which is rage-inducing. I'm starting to understand why this game takes forever to understand. But here's the thing, I've got a money problem, like a big one, because everything that you ever want costs millions and millions of dollars. The inflation in this game is real. So I decided, again, it's time to fix my money problem. Not looking for a pirate galaxy, that really never worked out for me, but I did some research off camera, and here's what we came up with. The best and most reliable way to make money is farming. That's right, we're hanging up the Heisenbeard and we're picking up Farmer Beard. And we're not just gonna be any farmer, we're gonna be full oxygen farmers. We're gonna farm oxygen and sell it back to the people. So first step is to go to Target, aka the Death Star. Then we buy this oxygen refiner. Don't worry, this is the basic pre-farm to get some quick cash. This is not the real farm, because the real farm is coming! Then I come back home and did a ton of prepping to make the basic stuff, mainly because, I had no basic stuff, so I had to go get it. By the end of it all, I made 3 oxygen refiners just to get some money flowing. This is just a baby farm because it constantly needs to be babysitted by me to keep it running. I want an automated money farm. So while the baby farm was working, I started running around collecting Wi-Fi signals because I'm gonna need a lot of them. I'm gonna breeze over all of this stuff because you may find it boring, but I, for one, love doing it. This is one of those few games where grinding is actually really fun. But long story short, I pretty much bought the entire industrial page at Target. Sweet money. So here's the gist. I bought this scanner to walk around my planet to find oxygen gas. Once I found a good spot, I dropped a gas extractor, some power, and some storage. Basically, as long as this solar panel is running, we have infinite oxygen. An automated farm, if you will. So here's where the money starts rolling in. Pay attention, class. So basically, if you take oxygen and this fancy cobalt, which is really easy to find, by the way, you can constantly duplicate the fancy cobalt into more cobalt. All you need is oxygen. You get what I'm saying? Then we're gonna take that duplicated fancy cobalt and sell it back to the store. Sweet money. I mean, look at how much this simple stack sold for. Off of 3,000 ionized cobalt, we're gonna make 500,000 points. Oh, by the way, while crafting the farm, it took a while. I ended up fixing my reputation by doing a few quests, and the Gek colony officially approves of me. So 2 birds, 1 stone. Very nice. Day 39 through 50. So while we're waiting for our baby farm to scale, we continue the story and hyperdrive to this local galaxy to do a delivery quest. Then we go to Target and buy a few things from the shop. And I discovered that this scanning guy lets me turn in research to get tons of nanites, aka fancy money. There's pretty much 2 different currencies in this game. There's normal money, and then there's fancy money. And one's way more important than the other. Then we head back home and actually start the big boy farm. I know we all may be confused because I spent all this time explaining it, but here we are starting the big boy farm because we want that sweet money. So we used the gas scanner. Remember, we talked about this. And it took a lot of walking, but we finally found a good gas spot and we started a new base. And chat named it Illegal Air Substance Farm. Time to become a genuine farmer. We were forced to make a few trips to the original base, and chat named that base Bearded Hut. So I want to make a few things crystal clear. Setting up a farm when you have 0 resources takes a very long time. So here's a quick building montage of me gathering a bunch of stuff from my planet. By the end, I had a basic sad boy farm. But this This is just the beginning! I also needed like a lot of gold, so we were forced to go asteroid mining to find some. Also, we attacked this freighter for gold, but it didn't go well. So we quickly ran to target. Day 51 through 62. Life update. Mining asteroids for gold is the terrible way to do it. So it's time to go back to my roots, aka aggressive traveling. So we start looking for planets that actually have gold on them. To save time, we go back to a few of our visited galaxies, and then something magical happened. We came upon a planet that had some really strange orbs, and some of them were actually alive. What? You see this guy? I mean, everything was a ball. The plants, the animals, the trees, it was all balls. And a member of our chat said I can adopt pets if we gave them food. How do I adopt you? Oh, you pooped! Oh my gosh. So we adopted a ball pet, and the chat named it GoodBeard. And this planet was surprisingly really cool. And for whatever reason, our pet went into full depression mode and decided to pout off in the distance while we mined for gold. Wait, why are you hitting me? Oh god! Then we returned to our ship to make a small base and teleporter, and chat named the base Gold Planet. And the actual planet, Suspicious Planet. And the best silver lining here is that we got GoodBeard. So we headed back to our oxygen farm and expanded it a bit. I wanted a really big farm. So we ended up constantly going back to the Suspicious Planet because it was easier to walk around and there was tons of resources that I didn't have on my original planet. Also, while mining, we found this really weird orb spider. Boy, if this isn't nightmare juice, I don't know what is. And to help speed things up, I went to Target to buy a vehicle to zoom around in. And chat named the car Jonathan Carwheel III. So we toured the planet in our new ride, and apparently it can destroy everything it touches. Makes it so... Oh boy. Oh boy. Back up. Back it up. Back it up. Nice. I'm free. So we continue to mine to expand our energy output for the farm. And while waiting on the farm, I head home with a stack of over 1,000 to refine more money. Because we love that. Sweet money. My nose is also very stuffy. Day 63 through 68. Our journey continues, and for once in my life, the farm actually works. Storing 4,500 oxygen. Heck yeah. It's always something holding it up. So I grab a ton of oxygen and head to my freighter ship to make a refining room. Apparently this works faster. More tests to come. So we start making free money, and I don't think it goes faster. But, you know, who cares? So with our pile of stuff, we go to Walmart and sell the fancy cobalt. And then we actually continue the story. But I got distracted because I want more free money. So this is the part of the story where I desperately want a new spaceship. I mean, look at all the money I have. But I'm rich, but very poor. Because I tried to buy this ship off of some guy, but alas, I'm still poor. 20 million? So no new ship yet. So instead, full of sadness, I started a new quest. So I talked to this guy and go to a giant antenna to talk to a robot that I may turn into because he looks really cool. And apparently he's super picky with who he works with because he told me to go home and expand my base. Apparently I need to craft a few stations and invite some workers to live there, as well as to another guy to meet this black market trader to get a suit upgrade. You know, story stuff. Then I meet my new roomie at the base and he asked me to gather some copper. While wandering around, I adopted a new hedgehog pet and the chat named him Spike. Apparently we can also ride him. Oh yeah. And while adventuring, a member of our chat renamed the chat Chirps. So for the rest of this video, this is our new chat. And while exploring, I came across this frequency of a skull beacon, pretty tempting, that lured me to a broken down freighter. I fight a few angry boys and the voice of freedom invites me to a local planet to have a chat. I landed near the coordinates and collect a ticket from a robot to meet the voice. Again, I have no clue what's going on. Big game, I'm like a cat with a laser pointer. It's really easy to get distracted. Day 69 through 78. So like cats chasing laser pointers, we follow the pirate quest to a new galaxy and arrive on this moon. I literally arrive in the middle of a battle. And after an epic fight, we go to the local broken down Walmart and learn that being in an unlawful galaxy is really cheap. Because look at how much I just bought this S-tier plane for. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, it looks so good. Super cool. Then this computer tells us we gotta go cover our tracks and gives us some passports. You know, crime stuff. So we head to a normal galaxy with our forged paperwork to clean up our riffraff background. And then back to the farm because we finished that quest and I decided that we needed more storage to make that more Sweet money. Because the more oxygen we can store, the more money we can make. So off to the gold planet to gather some stuff and drop a few more storage containers. Then we head back to my big boat and cooked up some fancy cobalt. I wanted to see how much I could make selling the fancy cobalt in a pirate galaxy. So I went back there and sold it to the first sucker. Remember, kids, don't sell it to the robot because that affects your supply and demand. It looks like I may have gotten a lot more money than they were worth, so I'm going to test this in the future. And life update, I never tested it again, but the silver lining is that I got a juicy 2 million from selling that fancy cobalt. Sweet money. On my way out, a random freighter asked to join our fleet for a convenient 2 million, so I expanded the fleet for another freighter. And honestly, I don't care what class freighter it is. If I have the money to expand the fleet, it will be expanded, because it's cool to travel in a massive fleet group. Now it's time to continue the story, so we head back home to recruit the scientist who wants to scam me in my sleep. Day 79 through 82. Well, it's been a literal week. I took a vacation. You notice my small tan? So back to the basics. Farm time. Time to expand. I head to the ore planet and get lots of ferrite dust and dropped a ton of more storage in the old farm. Then headed to the freighter to start smelting the goods. Because we love that. Sweet money. It takes forever to refine all this stuff, so we made another refining room. Now off to become a millionaire. So we sold the goods for some hot dollars, and I head back to the farm to keep upgrading. Overall, I add more storage, more gas extractors, solar panels, and some more batteries. I learned that I don't have enough batteries to last through the night, so I need to make more of that stuff. Also, now that I can get some quick cash, the chat told me that I should go buy a broken down freighter location. Remember from one of those sketchy salespeople in Walmart? So we did that. Now off to this location. Day 83 through 93. We start the day exploring this wrecked freighter. It took a while because of these weird bug things, but we got a lot of cool stuff. If anything, I learned that I need to buy an actual gun in this game because it took forever to kill those bug things. But you know what I didn't get? Freighter salvage parts. I've been breezing over this, but I've been trying to make my freighter ship my actual base. But you need one salvage part to make a teleporter room so you can quickly move around. I have no salvaged frigate modules, but I haven't found that, and it's been over 30 hours. So I still can't craft that teleporter room, and I've got the big sad. Also, in my anger, I chose to sell the salvage to the sketchy guy because I'm not donating it to this bro. Donate. I don't want to donate anything. I want to sell it. Then back to the farm! I refined tons of oxygen, and now it's time for some more story stuff. So we go say hello to this red eye in the sky and accept his lordship because that's part of the story. And that's what we need to do to find our friend? Honestly, it's been so long since I've done the story quest, I hardly remember what's going on. Apparently there's multiple storylines that I can go down, and right now I just don't feel like expanding my base, so we do the other one. And apparently we need to find more of these red eyes, and I head to Target to find coordinates for, you know, the red eyes. So off to this red eye. Hello, buddy. We talk to him. He tells us a lot of gibberish. And then off to another eye. But this one is way out of the way. Oh, Lord, you're far away. So we need to do a few galaxy jumps. It took a while, but we ended up on a pirate place and fought a few baddies. Also, while fighting, we found that salvage piece so we can finally build that teleporter room. And since I'm so desperate for this part, we rob the freighter Heisenbeard style, run to Walmart, and then we're free. So we head home and finally purchase the teleporter room. Teleport chamber, but it's, yes. Also, while traveling, the chat named the freighter Animal Express. So we craft the teleporting room, and now it's time to actually move into Animal Express, because space cities are like the coolest things in the world. First, we need to move my house guests, remember them, into my spaceship. What the heck? Why can't I craft anything? Do I have to be in here to craft it? No. What am I doing wrong? I have to research it. I had to do crime to get that last one. But that means we need more salvage parts, which means we can't move in. Also, chat named my galaxy Animal, because if you know, you know. So it's back to the story, apparently, because I can't move into my house. Apparently, to finish my last quest, all I needed to do was talk to the robot guy, and it would have been finished, and we could have moved on. Remember that one that we started forever ago? So there's that. So we went back to space and talked to our friend, aka Bing, Fancy Robot, who sent us on another fetch quest to get ourselves better gear. But this was a good fetch quest, because now it's time to raid an enemy base. But first, I need a gun, because clearing out those bug things earlier was a total pain. So be right back.
A few moments later.
So we head back to the farm, smelt some free money, and buy the gun upgrade. Sweet money. Day 94 through 100. So we buy the cool gun, and the chat names it Animal. So I know animal has been in a lot of our names recently, but we use a spinning wheel for most things, so it's just, honestly, a lot of it's just luck. And we follow the mission quest to this poison planet that has more water than my entire home. So remember when I bought that gun? When I get there, apparently I need a bolt caster attachment, aka the gun part of the gun, to tear down this door. So it's back to Walmart. Don't you just love taking multiple trips there? Let's pet you, Ball. Come here, Ball. Let me give you a good pet. Gently pat. There's a lot of jokes in there. So we get the attachment, come back, break down the door, and I'm forced to hide in a hole from the security system. Then, when we get inside, we repair this console. And that was it. That was the quest. I didn't need a fancy gun to fight all these baddies. I just needed to hide in a hole because holes are just overpowered in this game. I was hoping for an actual fight, but no. We just played hide and seek. So we head back to space and go to Target. We're still doing the main quest, by the way. And a member of our chat said that we can release our pets in Target, so we do that. And it's super awesome. Then we talk to our robot friend who says I must investigate 3 separate buildings to help find my friend. So we're off. We quickly find the first 2 structures, and the last one was in a radiation plant that also had giant worms. Like from Dune! 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 Boy, there's a lot going on in here. Whoa! And chat names the giant worm Steve. So in order to get to the next thing on the planet, I need to hop on my boat and quickly fly a bit down the road. While traveling, a bunch of tryhards wanted to join my frigate gang, and I bought them out because it's free real estate. And I know that they're C-class, but honestly, I don't care. I just want a big gang. So we head to the final structure and find this giant rod in the ground. And we also find this really cool, like, crab, squid, ant thing that we try to have as a pet. Ooh. Hello, you. You're disgusting, and I think I love you. It's a crab squid. But apparently, I can only have 2 pets in my inventory, because to have more pets, you have to drop them off somewhere. So we can't have that pet. And we also can't have this cool raptor pet that I wanted to have as well. Before we continue in the portal, Steve, in his greatness, waves us goodbye. Then we walk through the portal and come upon a new planet. Then, aggressively, we were kidnapped and are staring down the eye. Another red eye. There's a lot of them in this game. I don't know which one it is. And this is where we end our story. When we arrived at the red eye, the clock rolled over for 100 days. We still have so much left to do in this game, and I barely feel like we've gotten started. So let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more of this game. But until then, I will see you in the next 100 days. Bye-bye. Then I discovered I can customize my character. I don't even know what that gasp is about. I need more coffee. I love, like, coming to the mic to add, like, more dynamic, you know, like. So let me give you some context. Anyways. Okay, why was I doing, like, this shoulder thing? Anyways. I feel so stupid. The boxes. Bah, bah, bah. So I really wanted to move. Okay. Say the words. Say the words. Blah, blah, blah. And for some quick cash, I'm. Take it. Vehicle blueprint to help speed. Okay. Dang it.